Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttarishata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shila Guru Dev ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttarishata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishta Mahabhagavat Śrīla Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Anuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitya-līlā pravishtam Vishnupāda Shuttarashata Shishmar Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosai Maharaj ki jai. All the associates of Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. All the disciples of those associates and all the grand disciples and great grand disciples of those associates ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Jai Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandala, Kora Mandala, Vraja Mandala, Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradatta Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. All these biographies of our Guru Varga ki jai. Jai. Sweetest ki jai. Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. We'll do the Mangalacharan and then begin. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Goriya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Varati Mingilo Daragadan Udhritya Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sudabdi Kahana Sukham Pradat Prabhung Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodam Shri Gaura Shakti Sarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhim Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutte Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshaya Shiptashtaka Madittaranga Madhye Kripa Mai Tvam Sharanam Tapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. We'll recite the pranam mantra of Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Where is it? Pranam mantra. Okay. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Shri Gaura Priyamurtaye Srimate Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Namine Maya Vikhandanam Kurorvanyānukirtanam Pashtadeshopadeshakam Prasanna Vadanam Sada Shuddha Bhakti Pravahakam Shuddha Bhakti Bhagiratam Bhakti Daita Madhava Bhinna Tanum Namamyaham Nama Sankirtanamrita Rasaswada Vidhayakam Krishnam Naya Kripamurtim Acharyam Tam Namamyaham Gauranama Pracharardram Bhakta Sevanukangshitam Satirtha Priti Sarbhava Nomi Tirtha Mahashayam. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, dear devotees, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Guru Nish. Dandavat Pranams Prabhu.
That's from Prabhuji. There was right now. I just got a call from mainland from Rama, actually, an associate of ours is leaving this body, and so they want us to do kirtan. So I'm gonna miss part of the class probably. We're gonna miss part of it. Sorry.
No, that's fine. But who is this devotee?
He's an associate. He met us in Santa Cruz, and we used to live there. And Rama worked for him, and now he's passing away. So
okay,
we have him on the phone now. So sorry, we might be part of the program absent.
So we were going.
Okay.
Okay, so if all the devotees can also pray for his most auspicious destination into the
We're talking.
home of
Thank you.
Vaishnava, then that would be great. Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Haribol. Thank you.
We're talking.
Okay, wow, heavy. Dandavat Pranams Yashoda Didi, Premamai Didi, Sarveshwari Mataji, Gokuleshwari Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, Vidyalalasa Didi, Vangshiwala Prabhu, and so many other devotees. I'm guessing Indira Mataji is there, and If you write a comment, I'll see your name. And also pranams to all the devotees watching in the future. Haribol. So today will be an extra special reading because, well, yeah, at the end, in about maybe 15 minutes from now, the author of the book that we've been reading over the past, I think, 11 days now, he will be joining us to glorify his Guru Maharaj, Nitya-līlā Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Maharaj. He'll, and also, actually, today is by the solar calendar, today is the disappearance day of Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Maharaj in the West, on the West Coast. It is April 20th, is the solar day that he entered Nitya-līlā. So yeah, he'll be joining us, and then tomorrow is the lunar day. That's the tithi that we observe of his disappearance, and we'll be having our final reading on that day. So now we'll just read a little bit. We'll maybe read a couple parts of the book, and then hopefully Maharaj will be, no, well, he said he'll be joining us. So yeah, I guess I'll just start now. The author of the book, his name is Śrīpāda Bhakti Suhṛt Paramadvaiti Mahārāja. Before, his name was Prahlad Prabhu. Okay. Oops, I forgot to open up the file. 1 second. All right. Where did we leave off yesterday? 1 second. Let me just find. Part 3. We read about Srivas Angan descends to Kolkata Mat, right? Did we read that? No, I don't think we did. Yeah, we finished with this part. Why do Vaishnavas fall ill? So his immersions in Saṅkīrtana. I think this is where we read up to. If I'm getting this wrong, somebody can correct me. Okay. So. All right, I'm just reading the previous paragraph. Okay, actually, let's start from here. Several years ago, during the course of a Harikatha spoken by most revered Srila Gurudev in Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, Kolkata, on the occasion of the holy disappearance anniversary of his own Gurudev, he said, Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Maharāja, he said, Vaishnavas are associates of the Supreme Lord. Nobody can force them to remain in this world against their desire. By seeing our pitiful state, they stay in this world to mercifully engage us in the service of the Supreme Lord. Out of our ignorance, we might think that the doctor's medicines are keeping them alive, but it is not true. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur, the non-different manifestation of Sri Vedvyas Muni, stated, Jato dekho Vaishnaver vyavahar dukh, nishchoy jani hota ha paramananda sukha, vishaya madanda sab kichui na jane, Vidyamade Dhanamade Vaishnavana Chine. That's from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Nitya-līlā 9, 240 to 241. I recently posted this on the Vine of Devotion mailing list, and it's the end part. It's the last verses of the story about Kolobechar Sridhar. So it says, Chaitanya Bhagavat says, if one perceives distress in a devotee's behavior, know with certainty that it is actually the utmost ecstatic bliss. Those who are ignorant and maddened by earthly pleasures know nothing, being proud of their ordinary material learning and worldly riches. They cannot know a Vaishnav. In his Anubhashya commentary on the above 2 verses, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada writes, seeing the apparent worldly scarcity, ill health, indignance, and poor education of a devotee, those who consider that he is distressed in the absence of wealth, sex enjoyment, and material name and fame as a result of his previous actions, karma, They are in fact deluded. Those who identify themselves with the body consider that bodily pleasures are the cause of happiness, and that their absence is the cause of misery. On one occasion, our most revered Gurudev gave instructions to his ascetic disciples in the Kolkata. Now, Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Goswami, she's saying, that was the end of the quote from Anubhashya. So he continues. Those who identify themselves with the body, they consider that bodily pleasures are the cause of happiness, and that their absence is the cause of misery. On one occasion, our most revered Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Madhav Goswami Maharaj, he gave instructions to his ascetic disciples in Kolkata Mutt regarding why do Vaishnavas fall ill. He said, conditioned souls cannot attain emancipation from this material world without serving the Vaishnavas. Charya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Payeche Keba. That's Srila Natam Das Thakur. A Vaishnav never considers himself a Vaishnav, and hence is hesitant to accept the service of others. However, without the service of Vaishnavas, nobody can get deliverance. For this reason, by the desire of all merciful Supreme Lord Sri Hari, the Vaishnavas outwardly fall ill. In that seemingly diseased state, the Vaishnavas become dependent, thus bestowing service opportunities upon the fortunate living beings. Only an extremely ill-fated person lacks the inclination to serve the Vaishnavas. Due to his ignorance, such an unfortunate person considers the apparent distress of the Vaishnav to be like that of an ordinary human being and treats him with contempt. So now, his immersion in Saṅkīrtana. And Paramadvaiti Mahārāja could be joining any moment. His class, he said that his class normally ends at 7:45, which is 5 minutes ago. But then he said sometimes there's question and answers at the end. So, but if he does come up and I don't notice him, somebody can point it out to me. And Haribol Chatamai Mataji and Danishta Mataji. Haribol. Okay. So his immersions in Saṅkīrtana. Haribol Danishta. Haribol. Okay. So following the indication of Srila Gurudev in GNRC Hospital via Dr. Bora, arrangements were made for a chartered plane to bring Srila Gurudev to Kolkata on December 29, 2013. We arrived at the Mutt at night. Services to him continued almost like in ICU, with experienced medical personnel present at the Mutt round the clock. The doctors were only a call away. But the fact that he was at the Mutt gave pleasure to all the devotees, as they felt he was home. In the past, we experienced that whenever he fell severely ill, he always preferred to come back to Kolkata Mutt from wherever he was at that time. We read a couple stories about that now. At such times, he would say, "Our Gurudev left the world from this place." Srila Gurudev's interactions via speech and even by means of gestures became almost non-existent. He remained in a deeply absorbed state by keeping his eyes and ears shut from the external world. So we did not receive any responses from him for any reason. Whenever he spoke, it was only to say Bhagavan or Hare Rama. Occasionally, he would speak certain words that were beyond anyone's understanding. In a state of divine vision, whatever the pure devotees speak is beyond the worldly languages and completely outside the comprehension of the majority. On a few occasions, some transcendental symptoms of ecstasy became manifest in Srila Gurudev's body. Tears rolled down his eyes. His limbs stiffened or suddenly slackened, and a sweet aroma emanated from his body. I understand them to be an outcome of his experiencing supreme bliss from within while remembering the Lord of his heart. My mind was instantly attracted to the sweet fragrance that emanated from his from his mouth and body, and my nose repeatedly yearned for it. I am sure I have never smelled such a divine scent from any other source since that time. Whenever we did physiotherapy, his samadhi, his state of deep absorption on the object of worship without any external consciousness, that samadhi broke, and he would utter some words of resistance to our maneuverings while stiffening his body, disallowing us from doing anything. If we played kirtans of his Guru Varga at that time, he would rapidly become absorbed in those kirtans and would cease to resist our attempts to offer physiotherapy services. So whenever we needed to do something for a medical purpose that led to a disturbance of his inner absorption, playing kirtans in close proximity to his ears was an instant and infallible solution. We arranged for Saṅkīrtana 2 times a day, morning and evening. When Srila Gurudev would come out in a wheelchair on the veranda of the 5th floor of the Math. When he would come out on a wheelchair of the veranda on the 5th floor of the Math. I once went, that was one fortunate darshan I had. I got to sing one kirtan from him. Several sannyasis, brahmacharis, and householder devotees would assemble to offer their kirtan service for his pleasure. These kirtans were followed worldwide via webcast. Immaterial of their local time, devotees across the globe would make sure they participated in these kirtans and would partake of his darshan every day. These kirtan congregations continued to the end of his manifest pastimes on earth. For many, those kirtan meetings with him are fresh in their memory to date. Occasionally, Srila Gurudev would come out of his antaradasha, out of his inner absorption during those kirtans. At such times, he would wave his lotus hands in the air or gently strike his divine feet against the footrest of the wheelchair to the rhythm of the kirtan. At other times, he would open his eyes and mercifully glance upon the assembled devotees. Beholding such rare actions from him, the devotees were encouraged and sang the kirtans in a spirited voice. Another gesture that mesmerized the devotees was his cute yan. Previously, his smile charmed everyone, and now his yan was such. In this way, he fulfilled the hearts of the devotees. They experienced distinct satisfaction of the heart with these seemingly small gestures from him. They eagerly awaited the next such occurrence with a watchful eye. Their spiritual thirst became quenched during those moments, and the memories were stored in their hearts to be cherished forever. One second, somebody open the door. I just want to close it. A few days passed by in this manner. On February 20, 2014, on the holy occasion of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's appearance anniversary, we were privileged to behold an amazing sight. During the early hours, around 2:30 a.m., he pressed the thumb of his right hand to the middle finger in a gesture of chanting on a japamala. He placed his right hand in the chanting posture on the left-hand side of his chest and seemed to be in a state of deep meditation. For a long time, he appeared to be chanting inwardly. In the morning, one second. Oh, Maharaj has just joined. Dandavat Pranams, Maharaj. Haribol. We're just about to finish this. Dandavat Pranams, Maharaj. We're just about to finish this section so just like one more. I think we're getting close to the end of this section, and then, well, yes, but yeah.
Sure. Please,
Okay.
please go ahead.
Okay. So in the morning, to perform some of his bodily services, we tried to separate the fingers of his right hand and also tried to move his hand from his chest and bring it back to its normal straight position. We could not succeed despite several attempts. We offered services to his divine body and made him sit in the wheelchair, but his hands and fingers remained in the respective chanting postures. Even when he came out for the morning kirtans with the devotees, he continued his chanting. Through this gesture on that particular day, he delivered the message of Srila Prabhupada to all of us, i.e., one should offer oneself in the sacrificial fire of Sri Krishna Saṅkīrtana without becoming distracted by anything of this material world. Though he did not formally deliver a speech, he conveyed the message most effectively. So this is all we'll read for today, and tomorrow we will have our last reading. We will conclude our reading from this amazing book, Sweetest, by Śrīpāda Paramadvaiti Mahārāja, who just joined us now. So very feeling very fortunate, and I just want to say a couple words that just something I've been just something I noticed recently. I mentioned to a friend the other day that I've had the fortune of having Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja's darshan through my eyes a few times, and I've always honored him as being on the level of my Guru Varga, and I've always had that honor for him, but I never really, like, it's only after I've made friendship with some of his disciples, and especially after reading this book, Sweetest, that I'm just beginning to just not even beginning, like barely beginning to understand his extraordinary glory, and this is like I'm just realizing really darshan through the eyes is not so, it's not like darshan through the ears is everything. And so we're all so grateful and fortunate that Maharaj has shared his darshan of his Guru Maharaj with everybody here. And on just one more thing, I've just something I experienced today when the other day, somebody was talking on the phone, and I overheard them saying something. They were saying my name, like, "Oh, what has Madhukar done for this place," or whatever. And then I got really upset, and I started thinking, like, I did this, and I did this, and I bought this thing, and I started going like all night. And also this morning, I started going through in my head, like thinking, I did this and this and this. And then I just I was thinking, what would be the ideal way to behave in this situation? And I just remember the first pastime of this book about Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja's, his, like, to what degree he didn't, even though he sacrificed so much for the service of procuring the Agratala Mat, he didn't in the slightest consider that he was the doer of anything, that even one speck of the glory went to him, but he offered 100% all glory to his Guru Maharaj. And I'm just like, even though we're going to be finishing this, reading this book tomorrow, I highly recommend, if anybody is able to purchase this book somehow. There's one Mataji, she said that she could help arrange for devotees to get it in different parts of the world. But because then after I thought that this morning, I went and I read that pastime, and now I'm feeling I'm getting some strength and inspiration. What's the most appropriate way to deal with this situation? And we'll find, when we read the pastimes of these divine personalities, we'll find ourselves in different situations, and then there'll be like a very relevant story, like that gives a very important teaching. It'll be extremely relevant to that situation. And then if we have the book, then we can just go to it and read that section and get some strength and inspiration. And not only that, the most important thing is that we'll begin to develop a relationship. That's everything in our spiritual practice, is the degree that we can develop a relationship. That's how far we are towards attaining our supreme destination. So anyways, I just wanted to mention that if anybody wants to get this book, please message me, and then I'll put you in touch with the Mataji, and we can figure out a way that you can get this book. Yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to say that, and I'll hand it over to you, Maharaj. Very grateful you're able to join us.
Dandavat pranams to all the devotees, all Guru Nishtha devotees. I'm very, very fortunate to be among you all. So I heard from a few sources that many devotees are very attentively listening to the glories and pastimes of most revered Śrīla Gurudev. And I'm grateful to them because they are listening to the glories of the pure devotees. So I sincerely feel all those persons who have this desire to hear the glories of the pure devotees. I sincerely pray my obeisances to all of you, because by great fortune one gets the desire to hear about the pure devotees' pastimes. Everyone wants to hear about the pastimes of Supreme Lord, but very few fortunate souls, and those who are, I should say, highly advanced, only they have the desire to hear the glories of the devotees. And I certainly feel that you are very, very fortunate to be in that stage of, advanced devotional practices. So I sincerely pray my obeisances to all of you. So I really don't know what I need to speak. Madhukar Prabhu was inviting me that you please come, you please come. So I have come. Now you have to order me what I have to speak.
Anything you want to share about the glories of your Guru Maharaj? I think on your, even on like, since your Guru Maharaj's appearance day, you've been doing daily programs every day speaking the glories of your Guru Maharaj, right? I saw on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
So you have unlimited things to share. If anything that you can share about your Guru Maharaj, would be most grateful.
Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Am I audible? Okay? I should say I am greatly fortunate for having come in contact with a pure devotee such as revered Gurudev. And I should say that I am indebted to him birth after birth for mercifully giving me an opportunity to be with him for few years. Today morning only I was remembering that why did I waste my time so much by not going to him quickly earlier than what I did. But whatever treasure that Guru Maharaj had given in the limited period of his being personal servant, I feel I am ineligible for that, yet out of his own causeless mercy he had awarded those memories to me. I hope I will cherish those moments and live in those moments for the rest of my lifetime, and serve him mentally and physically and through the words. The most striking thing that I have seen in revered Gurudev is his submission to his Gurudev. Of course, all qualities in him are unprecedented, and they are highly inspiring. But what I really have seen that is strikingly different in him, and that would come in the form of an expression, through his activities, his service to his Gurudev, his mood towards his Gurudev. Actually, it's very difficult to explain in words. One of those that you just mentioned is the way in which he had carried himself for getting the piece of land in Agartala, and how he had been the last one to take even the slightest of the credit for whatever he has done, and how he has expressed his anger upon me for my innocence of not understanding how to respect his respect towards Gurudev. That was my first lesson that I learned from Gurudev. We take credit for every small things that we think that we have contributed, that we think that we have done for others, but in terms of what he has done to his own Gurudev, what kind of service he has done to his Gurudev, it is actually beyond any imagination. And what to follow is that he would not mention even once about his contribution to the services of his Gurudev. That is, our Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says in his writings that Rupanugagan, those who are followers of Rupa Gosvāmī, don't rely upon their own personal strength and dovetail everything at the feet of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, who is the source of everything. And as a perfect Rupanuga, he is, offering everything at the feet of his revered Gurudev. I would want to share some of the memories I had, some of the experiences I had while compiling this book, because that itself is a new life to me, I should say. After the departure of Srila Gurudev from this world, that itself is a new life to me. How Srila Gurudev had made me compile this book, and how I was so enthusiastically doing it every day, every night, without a feeling of any tiredness, exclusively because of Guru Maharaj's mercy, I should say. Because initially I was drafting this for my own purpose. I thought that my memory is very weak and I will forget very soon, and I should have something which I want to read daily, or whenever I get time, or whenever I feel lost in devotional path. I was very keen to write it for my own purpose, and I did that. While doing so, I was actually repeatedly feeling inspired that, oh my God, these teachings are not just for me. This is for everyone. Actually, these teachings are, his activities, his demeanor, his behavior with everyone, and his respect to the Vaishnavas, to the devotees in general, to the seniors, to his Gurudev, and all these things are not just for me. It should be for the purpose of all those who are Guru-nishtha and those who want to advance in devotional path. So although it started with simply the process of, for my own benefit, ultimately it took the shape of, a book that got published and that became public for everyone else. And what pleases me the most is that many devotees, after they read this book, they said that they felt very closely connected with Gurudev. Even disciples of our Gurudev those who are not direct disciples, but yet I would say they are also disciples of Gurudev, because ultimately Guru Tattva is one. Guru manifests, Krishna manifests in different forms to attract different persons and to, bring the variety in his own, preaching activities. So I would say that, Guru is a unified principle, is a single principle. So even though, it is mentioned about Gurudev, one can easily very connect with their own Gurudev, and how, their Guru also in certain circumstances had, shown to all of us these extraordinary qualities of a devotee, and what is our ultimate goal. So I felt that, when devotees told me that, we were very, very inspired by this book, I felt that, the compilation of this book is successful, or success means I would call it as success because that Guru Maharaj had accepted it. Because if Guru Maharaj had not been pleased with this, then I would say devotees would not have been pleased with this. Yasmin tushte sarvamidam tushtam bhavati. I would feel that, only if Krishna is satisfied, everyone else will be satisfied. So I don't call it as a material success. I would call it as success because Krishna is satisfied, because those who have read this book, they are satisfied. So certainly I feel that Guru Maharaj is very, very pleased with this, and I'm happy that I could do something that pleased Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and the devotees. The journey of this book was not easy for me, in the sense that to write something about a devotee of that category is extremely difficult for any mundane person like me. Those who have all these desires of, 6 kinds of urges and all, it's extremely difficult, because Guru Maharaj repeatedly used to say this, Atah Shri Krishna Namadina Bhavet Grahyam Indriya. The Lord, his name, form, qualities, and associates, they are not to be comprehended or understood by material sense organs. So this is an extremely difficult task for me, to write something about a personality, divine personality, who is extraterrestrial, is beyond this material plane. But yet, I would say, repeatedly I remembered this. Kaviraj Gosvāmī is writing that, I have grown old, my eyesight is gone, my hand trembles when I write, and my hearing power is not so good, my memory is fading. In such a situation, what can I write about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? But yet, it is the mercy of Madan Mohan that he is making me write this. Otherwise, I am totally incapacitated to do any such writing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I literally felt that my hand was caught by Srila Gurudev, and he made me write whatever. I mean, of course, it was in a computer, not in a handwriting, but still to be, more, in a literal, not in a literal sense, but I literally felt that, he made me write, and I think that Supreme Lord, I should say, because the Lord is making me, giving me that buddhi, intelligence to, write about his own devotee, because the Lord is definitely pleased by the glorification of his disciple, of his devotees. So many persons, they told me that, the reading was such that they simply completed the book overnight. They just started reading the book, and then morning it's over. They said that, we did not even get the sleep. We were so, enthusiastic to know what next, what next, what next. So I felt that, oh my God, it took me 5 years to bring this book into publication. And, I was very satisfied to know that if it can bring such kind of a satisfaction to the devotees, then definitely it is, Supreme Lord is pleased with this. So I repeatedly pray to all of you that, may Gurudev and Supreme Lord give me strength that, I follow what I have written in that book. Actually, I have not written. If I say that I have written it, it is my false ego that is saying it. But it is whatever the Supreme Lord or Gurudev has made me write. May I also, follow all those instructions. May I also follow all those activities of Srila Gurudev, not imitate, but follow, and get the real benefit out of all those things. There is a verse in one of the shastras, Aham vetti, Sukha vetti, Vyasa vetti, Va vetti va. He says, Shiva, Lord Shiva is telling that, Aham vetti, I know, Sukha vetti, and Sukadeva Gosvāmī knows. Vyasa vetti, Va vetti va. Vedavyas may or may not know what he has written. Srimad Bhagavata is written by Vedavyas Muni. It's a compilation by Vedavyas Muni. But Sukadeva, Shiva is telling Lord Shiva that I know and Sukadeva knows. But Vyasa may or may not know. So I certainly apply this to me. It appears that I have compiled this book, written this book. I may or may not know the glories of most revered Srila Gurudev. But I'm very happy that there are Shivas and there are Sukadevs here who are able to understand the glories of Srila Gurudev. They're able to relish and they are able to propagate. I'm very, very happy. And I believe that I can also one day become, a speck of dust at the feet of Srila Gurudev and serve him. The way in which he had served his Gurudev is beyond the imagination of any common man. Anything that was given by his Gurudev was like something that he would cherish, he would keep very close to his heart, and that would instantly bring him from a complete state of distraught and distress to immediate happiness. Any possession of his Gurudev, anything that his Gurudev had awarded to him, he would keep it so close to his heart. And whenever he went into the inner quarters of his Gurudev's bhajan kutir, these are the things that cannot be expressed in words, that cannot be written in any language. Only those who have witnessed that, they could really understand. If at all we could give some simile to this, just like a child who has lost his mother or whose mother is not in his sight, he is craving, he is crying, he is, hitting his head for the darshan of his mother. In a similar manner, a like manner, Gurudev was bumping his head against the walls. You read in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the separation of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, was doing this, and we literally witnessed all these things. So much of attachment to his Guru. And like a child crying for his mother, it is, it makes sense because he's very innocent. He has no any stature of his own, no material knowledge. As soon as the child is grown, he feels little embarrassed, he feels little shy to cry in front of others. And mother also says, so you're grown, why are you crying now? You're not a child. So for a child to cry is so simple and easy. But for an acharya, for a person who is of that stature, of that, there are so many followers. He is a president of World Vaishnava Organization Association, president of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, a renowned acharya, and he is worshipped by everyone. And in such a state, crying in front of all these persons, like a child who has lost his mother, is not possible for any ordinary person. It is just an outpour of excessive love, excessive respect, excessive, separation from his Gurudev, that no position of his, no stature of his, nothing of this world is affecting his meeting with his Gurudev. It's not 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Every day, I just cannot imagine that how can anybody try for his Gurudev every day the same way and yet feel the newness of his, association. It was totally, unimaginable that how could he, how it is possible that, every meeting with his Gurudev, he felt as a fresh meeting. This is the first time I'm meeting with my Gurudev. And how he would cry in each and every of his darshans, and temporarily, bringing all the time into a halt. It's like time is getting halted. It was actually radiating the vibrations in the bhajan kutir of those who are witnessing it. And even though we had never seen Param Gurudev, even though we had not come in contact with his divine personality ever, but by seeing Gurudev's love, affection, reverence to his Gurudev, we could instantly understand the personality of most revered Gurudev, Param Gurudev. And, even though we had no contact with him directly, it was like tears were coming out of everyone's eyes simply by seeing Gurudev's, such surrender to his Gurudev. So these are the things that, are very, very difficult to explain, And, these are the things that are to be experienced. And of course, these cannot be experienced even by material sense organs. Only when, Gurudev awards such transcendental senses, it is possible. So, what is, as I started saying, because, I don't want to hold you up for a long time, because I haven't started actually. If I start speaking about Gurudev, I cannot finish by the time that I had to. That is why I did not actually, deliberately, I did not get into the core of the subject, because I cannot stop myself from, speaking. So the thing is that these are the subject matters that are very, very difficult to really understand and comprehend and put into words. But I'm very grateful to Most Revered Srila Gurudev that he had very mercifully given me this opportunity. Many persons told me I had come in the service of Most Revered Gurudev almost towards the end of his divine pastimes on this in this world. Even though I had an opportunity earlier, but somehow because of my lack of Suhṛti, lack of dedication, lack of devotion, I could not come and join his service earlier. But I came at the almost his concluding pastimes on this earth. One devotee, disciple of Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosvāmī Mahārāja, told me that, Prabhu, you are very, very fortunate that you got the service of such a highly elevated devotee of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and that too at the concluding pastimes of such Vaishnavas. I did not really understand what he meant at that time. But how can it be? I thought I'll be fortunate if I had served him earlier and had seen his many other pastimes of his active preaching, of his Saṅkīrtana, of his dealing, so many things. But what he meant when he said that you're very fortunate that you got the service of a pure devotee at the concluding pastimes of their earthly activities. I did not understand at that time, but now I understand what he meant. Highly precious. I sometimes feel that the service that Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda had performed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was of a very, very high class, because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in extreme separation, pangs of pain, it is Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī who had, consoled him, who served him, and who had given, happiness to him. But on the other hand, persons like me, I was clueless. Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda, they are personal associates of, Mahaprabhu. They knew how to serve. But I, particularly I would say myself, not about the other servants, I was clueless on how to please Gurudev, because I had no experience of such a thing ever before. How a sadhu behaves, how a devotee behaves in such states, I had no clue. I had no knowledge whatsoever on how to please, how to serve. So I should admit that I had committed so many offenses because of my lack of proper understanding, my lack of knowledge about his ontological state. So I know that I have committed offenses, not knowingly, not unknowingly, but even knowingly. I had committed so many offenses. So I want to beg forgiveness, not only from Revered Gurudev, from all of you also, because you are all very, close devotees of Sri Guru. So I want to even pray forgiveness from all of you that unknowingly have committed so many mistakes. So may Sri Gurudev and may devotees forgive me for all those offenses and not deprive me from their association, not deprive me from their service. So I don't want to take much of your time. I'm very happy that you gave me this opportunity to meet with all the devotees who are extremely devoted to Sri Guru. I'm very, very thankful to all of you, and I hope we will meet sometime, even physically, and maybe probably even through Zoom meetings. Probably we will meet. Okay. So thank you very much. So may I have darshan of all the devotees?
Most of the time, most of the devotees usually keep their cameras off. But yeah, if anybody would like to turn on their camera, please do. So Maharaj can see who's here. There's also so many devotees on YouTube and Facebook and streaming in different places. And so right now there's about 10, 15 devotees on YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, so there. But yeah. How do you?
Okay. There are a few more devotees who still wants to remain.
My father is also here. I don't think he even knows how to turn on the camera.
Okay.
But
Guru Nishtha Prabhu, please give me Guru Nishtha.
So a disciple of Śrīpāda Paramadvaiti Mahārāja.
Okay. Very nice. Our Gurudev had, when he was in US, Pujapad Tripurari Maharaj, Pujapad Radhanath Maharaj, and Pujapad Narsingh Maharaj, they were also together, and they had a very beautiful program there. and I heard from Pujyapada Radhanath Maharaj that when our Gurudev performed Sankirtan in that meeting, no Vaishnava could stay without dancing. So many Vaishnavas got assembled, very senior devotees, and Guru Maharaj started singing Kirtanas, and none of them could stop themselves from dancing. Guru Maharaj was such a powerful, Kirtaniya that Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami used to say that when Pujapad Tīrtha Maharaj sings Kirtans, Gaur Nityananda Prabhu become manifest. So they become manifest. So that was so powerful for his Kirtans. So our Gurudev, I think there is one what do you call picture where I think Pujapad Tripurari Maharaj is offering garland to our Gurudev. So I think you have that picture.
Maharaj, I'm actually in the ashram where your Guru Maharaj came to visit in the US, where that yeah, I feel so unfortunate because I joined the ashram 1 year after your Guru Maharaj came here for the visit. I really would have wanted to meet him. So I joined 2005 and he came in 2004.
Yeah. No, I think he came in 2002.
Oh, okay. Well, then I feel a little better about it. It wasn't that close.
Okay. So, Madhukar Prabhu, if you want to, any other Vaishnavas?
And this is here's Nri Hari Prabhu and also Bhavatarani Mataji. They're senior disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, and also and they also took shelter of my Srila Gurudev later on also. So they've
Also,
joined.
we hosted Śrīla Mahārāja, Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja, when he came at our house, when he came to Hawaii. I think it was 2002 tour of Hawaii, and many devotees came with him, and I can't remember if Maharaj now was there, but on the big island of Hawaii, and the first meeting, the first time we saw him, I saw him was dancing.
Well, you picked him up at the
We
airport.
picked him up at the airport and like that, and took him to the Rath Yatra. We had organized with devotees there Rath Yatra, and we saw his amazing exemplary behavior and how
He jumped
much
out
love.
of the car.
As we got there, and he just jumped out of the car, opened the door barefoot, and it was so intensely hot, like India. Kilo could get very hot, and he danced, jumping with his danda. He danced and chanted all the way the 2 miles of the tour, the Rath Yatra tour. So that was our first encounter.
You said barefoot on the hot ground, right?
Yes, yes. Nobody could do that. I mean, it was like walking on fire. But he was dancing and jumping and chanting loudly, and it was amazing. It just impressed us all so much. It was impressions on our heart. And then he came to our house. We did a program with him and the devotees. So I was wondering if Maharaj was there in that tour in 2002. I believe it was 2002 that they came to Hawaii.
Previously also he came. Even the previous years he came there.
Yeah, I think he was asking if you were at that.
Yeah.
Do you remember our place?
No, I didn't go with him. No, I was not there, unfortunately.
But I want to thank you. We want to thank you so much. An amazing, beautiful book. Such a great honor, homage to your Guru Maharaj. And it brought us also an amazing view of what a pure devotee, how he behaves towards the end, and how he entered these high stages of bhakti. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Thanks to Gurudev.
Thanks to Gurudev, yes.
And Maharaj, I don't want to hold you up or anything, so we can end it now. But I just one point you're mentioning how this Guru Tattva is one, and I was noticing all throughout when I was reading, it wasn't these Mahabhagavats. The amazing thing is when you hear their glories, then it brings appreciation of your own Gurudev's glories. Like you'll see these same glories in other acharyas. And so that was a beautiful thing. Like when I was reading it, like there's a couple pastimes like where Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja was communicating, like there was no translation, he was just speaking in Bengali, but there's a deeper communication that was beyond language that was happening. And then like right after that, we read the pastime of Srila Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, when he was singing these Sanskrit kirtans. And even though nobody could understand, there was like all the time, and all throughout, I'd think of, oh yeah, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, there's a story like this with him. Oh, with my Gurudev, like all throughout, it was bringing appreciation for all of our acharyas. And that's the amazing thing with these personalities, is that, yeah, really you see that this Guru Tattva, this Guru principle is one. And yeah, I was noticing that.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you very much. So tomorrow is Gurudev's disappearance day. So I pray to all of you that may you observe that. You are doing it for the last 15 days. So the best way to observe is by hearing his glories, speaking his glories that you are already doing. So, and tomorrow you are going through the concluding pastimes of Sri Gurudev, right?
Yes, we'll be having our final reading tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
And Maharaj, also you're
much.
always, anytime, any day you ever feel inspired, you're always welcome to come on this program and speak what, any glories of your Guru Maharaj you want, any day, you're always welcome. I just wanted to, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. My dandavats to all of you.
Hare Krishna.
Very well.
Very good.
Yeah. All right, so we'll end. I'll just do a very short kirtan. We always end with a short kirtan, but yeah, feeling so fortunate Maharaj joined us, and that will be our program for today. 1 second, let me just turn on the. Okay, 1 second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jai Sachinandan, Jai Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jai Gaura Hari, Jai Radha Nayana Nata, Radha Nayana Nata Radhe, Jai Radha Nayana Nata, Radha Nayana Nata Radhe, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Gurudeva. Jai Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī, Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī, Jai Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī, Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī, Jaya Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosvāmī, Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosvāmī, Jai Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosvāmī, Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosvāmī, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Swaparshada Śrīla Prabhupada, Swaparshada Śrīla Prabhupada. Oh, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Radha Nayananath Ju Ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Jai Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swapashad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopikan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrindadevi Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Śrīdhara Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai all the associates of Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai, all the disciples and followers of those associates and great-grand disciples and great-great-grand disciples of those associates Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Saṅkīrtana Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavashacha, Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi, Sattvatai Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, dear devotees. Haribo Sarveshwari Mataji, Guru Nishta Prabhu, Yamuna Bihari Didi, Hare Krishna, Premamai Didi, Danishta Didi, Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Gokuleshwari Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, my father Rishabh Dev Prabhu, and my mother Nischinta Devi, and Yashoda Mataji, and Raseshwari Mataji, Vidyalalasa Didi, Vangshiwala Prabhu, Ganga Mataji, and all the other devotees, so many devotees on YouTube and Facebook. Dandavat pranams, and pranams to all devotees watching in the future. Haribol. So tomorrow we will have our final program. We will conclude this, we'll finish this book. We'll read about the final, last pastime of Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj in this world. We'll read it on the day that he performs that pastime, tomorrow. So I hope everybody can join that. And once again, if anybody wants to if anybody wants to have this book, you can get in touch with me, and I'll put you in contact with a Mataji who will she said that she can help organize getting the books all over where everybody is around the world. So just hit me up. All right. Dandavat pranams, everybody. See you all tomorrow. Is there any last thing? Is there anything anybody wants to mention before we end today? All right. So see you all tomorrow. Haribol. Jai Shri Radha.
Hare Krishna, sorry I'm late with the Slovenian devotee Madan Gopal Prabhu. He's still there. Have you met him?
I haven't met him, but maybe we can talk about that on WhatsApp. But yeah, I haven't met him. No. Yeah, but we'll connect on WhatsApp. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Haribol.